Hey, I'm Amy Feller, also known as the Roofer Chick. Thanks for joining us today for another Tailgate Talk. Another question that we get asked quite a bit is, as a homeowner, should you show your roofer your insurance? A lot of people don't want to show the roofer their insurance because it thinks it puts them as a consumer at a disadvantage. I'll give you the pros and cons of it, but for the most part, it isn't true. When we go out, from a roofer standpoint, when I go out and give a cash bid, I actually charge more for my products and services than the insurance companies pay. Insurance companies, it's to their advantage to lowball it. I mean, not all of them do, but they're trying to get through the claim with as little expended, is that the right word, as possible. So if I go out and give a customer a cash price for their roof, 90% of the time I'm going to be higher than what their insurance is actually paying, and then my consumer is scared and thinks they don't have enough money and they don't hire me. Our policy, and I think most roofers out there that deal with insurance, is that we will actually match your insurance and go from there. So if your insurance, at least a good contractor, if your insurance isn't paying enough, we have the ability to go through what they wrote up and see that they forgot this or they forgot that, and then we can follow up with them and get that covered and get it up to be where it needs to be so that you get a high quality roof, which is what you want to protect your home. Losing my line of thought for a second. Other things that I get out of the insurance report is it already has the measurements and everything in there so that I don't have to measure the roof. So just as a courtesy to me as a roofer, it saves me a lot of time. The insurance company pays for a satellite image of your roof usually, and that's what they base their numbers off of. And I can purchase that same satellite image or hand measure it, but there really isn't much of a point if they've already done it. So I would say, even if you don't want to show them the numbers, which I think you should, but if you don't, at least give them the measurements as a courtesy. It really helps the roofer out. If you block out the numbers, I've had people give me their insurance and they block out all the numbers so that I don't know what they are. Those numbers aren't really a secret. I have the same software, it's called Xactimate, and I can recreate the report that you gave me. It's a lot of work to see what they actually paid out. But if you will show it to me, then I can help you get the maximum for what they're giving you and help you if they shorted you at all. Another thing I want to point out, let's say you go shopping, you're the 10%, and you would actually get a lower price and your insurance would pay more. So let's say that. So let's get some numbers. Ooh, I want a different color. Okay, so let's say your insurance is paying you $10,000, and to keep it nice and round, your deductible is $2,500. So this is your insurance amount. Oops, can't spell. And your roofer comes out and they say they can do your whole roof for $9,000. Oh, by the way, your insurance held back $5,000 in depreciation because so you only got $2,500 up front. So the roofer comes out and they bid $9,000. So you're thinking, good, I get to keep the $10,000 for me. Well, what happens is when the roofer's done with the job, they give you an invoice for the $9,000. We send that to the insurance company. The insurance company sees it and says, great, it wasn't $10,000, it was only $9,000, but they still have a deductible of $2,500. So now we're only going to give them $4,000. Thank you very much for bargain shopping on behalf of your insurance company. The only way that you could actually reap that $1,000 difference would be for your roofer or yourself to give the insurance company an invoice that said $10,000 even though it only cost $9,000, and that, my friends, is insurance fraud, and it can be prosecuted. Right now they just passed another bill and we won't get into all that, but you can be prosecuted for doing insurance fraud, and it can go from a misdemeanor to a felony depending on what happens with the court case. So you're better off if, let's say your roofer was $9,000 and they were giving you $10,000, you're better off to talk to your roofer about, can you maximize that? And can you get better ridge caps? What could they do? Ask them, ask me. What about, usually they don't pay to replace the skylights. Could we replace the skylight? That kind of thing. And so in summary, it is to your best interest, as long as you have a good roofer who knows what they're doing and they understand insurance. It is in your best interest to show your report to that roofer so that they can help you get the bang for your buck.